So you clicked on this video because you haven't been successful in dating apps? Well, I wasn't that successful too, and I don't think you should worry about it. In this video, I will give you my logical reasons on why short guys shouldn't be on dating apps. Full disclaimer, I found my current partner online about 2 years ago, but if I lost my relationship, this is what I would do, and here are my reasons to not be on dating apps forever. Number one reason is that women have total control of your selection process online. Many women have their own preferences of height. Probably many women, they prefer actually a certain threshold of height. Me being 5'5", I don't want to be in a space where I get filtered out. I don't want to feel that way when I'm on a dating app, that I'm filtered out and I'm not even being selected based on my personality. If I have worked on my personality all throughout my 20s, it would be detrimental to know that a woman is going to select me based on my freaking height. And so what you're essentially doing is you are giving females the control over your selection process. If you have a shorter height, that doesn't mean you are worse than taller guys. There is an issue with males today. Males in dating, in relationships, they do not signal commitment enough. And then women say, I cannot find a guy because us men don't signal commitment. And then women, the reason why women say that is because they have their own preferences. Maybe you shouldn't have looked at height first of all, right? So it's a equal fault on both genders. Females prefer heights, but then males don't signal commitment enough. There's a clear discrepancy in how males and females prefer things. And this is a BuzzFeed article that I have pulled up right now, says that men who were more than 6 feet, 3 and 4, they got 60% more messages than men who were 5'7" and 5'8". So I'm 5'5", so I'm not even average. I'm like so below average height. Just as how men put looks on a pedestal, girls put height on a pedestal, and they miss the whole point. I think just staying off dating apps is the best, because what that allows you to do is work on your personality and not be eaten up by the competition that's on dating apps. Like, if you just see the nature of dating apps, like, you are selected based on the pictures of happy moments, pictures of you, pictures of physique, pictures of looks, pictures of hair, pictures of beard, how I look, how I dress, my status, my car, what do I do, and all sorts of things. Your selection process is not determined by your personality, by how you make a girl feel, by what kind of commitment you signal, by what kind of things you do in your life. Are you a purposeful man? I've made a list of 5 things in my head right now that are more critical than signaling height or signaling your looks through a social media app. There are more things too, like what level of connection you are going to provide to your girl. What's your future? What's your values? What's your beliefs? What kind of life do you guys want to live? All these, like, they're literally two handful of questions you're going to select based on a dating app. It's a great initial step sometimes, but it doesn't work out. So it's kind of like a trade-off. The best thing to do is cold approach, and I don't have a lot of experience cold approach. I'm going to tell you straight up, but I do have considerable experience in cold approaching in terms of podcasting. Just think about it. I have 14 episodes up on podcasting. Do you know how many people I had to contact to just get 15 yeses? And even from 15, I have like 3 or 4 of my single podcasts. So only 11 or 12 people said yes. So let's just say that out of 100, only 10 people said yes. Right? And it's podcasting is the lowest risk ever. But in dating, there's a risk to meeting someone. There's a high risk. There's a lot of risk because you fear the females might fear wasting time. They maybe don't like your looks, or they don't want to date. There are multiple reasons to not receive a yes from looking at a female's point of view. But in terms of podcasting, let's say my rate is 10 people saying yes when I contact 100. That's that's hard work, right? That's contacting 100 people, cold DMing, cold approaching, cold messaging, cold emailing. Like everything is just talking to a stranger. If you're scared of cold approach, then you have self-limiting beliefs. And if you're really scared, I mean, at the end of the day, I think you fear that you are going to be looked at as a pervert. And maybe your intentions are like that. Maybe you don't really know how to do a cold approach well. And I think you totally miss the point. You miss the point that cold approaching is more of like being kind and respectable than actually not being honest and just telling the girl X, Y, and Z like how it is. Like you don't go up to a girl and just start saying, signaling commitment that I'm looking for a wife. No, that's stupid. But I think with cold approaching, being honest and showing your interest really matters. The foundations of cold approach are simple. You have to be kind, you have to be respectful, intentional, and you have to have a call to action, which is acquiring a contact information or social media platform or ID. And smiling and open body language is also very critical. Have a small chat and just walk away. Just just remember to be kind, respectful, showing intention, and also most important call to action. Like you want to save that person's contact or something. Like you want to save that person so you can contact them later. Whether it's, for me it's podcasting, for you it might be dating. I don't think you should form romantic relationships with coworkers because it looks like you're desperate as hell, and so just want to put it out there, like if you're working in the same department or something, or like if you are working with a girl that happens to be into you, and it's not the best case scenario to be in. It's kind of very messy and kind of disgusting scenario, and so be mindful of this even if you're single. Think with your head and not with your penis. That's my biggest advice with that. I mean, in objectively, for most guys, it shouldn't be hard. Like, you have talked with girls during school projects, just grocery stores, like everywhere here and there. You have had initiated conversations that were not towards forming a romantic relationship. You have approached someone regardless of a romantic interest or not. Like I was saying, like for me it's podcasting. You have created those skills earlier, but I don't know, when you shift the target, it's all of a sudden it's like, I'm too scared, like I get sweaty and I get fearful. To sum it all up, I use cold approach all the time. It might be for podcasting at this time, but this is how I would go about it if I had to restart everything. And practical way to start a cold approach is to find out places that you go to regularly, and if you can recognize uh, regular people, because you don't want to be a creep and just go up to someone immediately on your first immediately upon first meeting. Maybe it's sometimes better to follow up, or to say a great starters could be, hey, you've been coming to the gym. Like one of the times I was at the gym and I wanted to do a podcast. So with this guy who was a power lifter, bodybuilder, and so I went up to him and said, I your Instagram reel just popped up in my search page, and I don't know how it happened, and I would just like to say that you do an awesome job of educating on exercise, and maybe we could have like a podcast episode together later or something. That's a very genuine way. Show, like, it's being respectful, it's being kind, it's being intentional. Like, what do you want to do? Yeah, my goal is to have you on my podcast. And then the next part would be, can I follow you on Instagram? I forgot your username or ID, like something like that. And so you can do that with cold approaching. You can just be kind, respectable, and show an interest that, yes, I like you. You are beautiful. Too many cold approaches too is a waste of time. You don't want to approach every single girl that you see. You are a pervert then. You don't want to just drool all over someone if you're so desperate and single. You don't want to do that. You have to have a healthy balance. Like, I don't cold approach for podcasting every single one. I don't just go up to like a automobile engineer and like, it's not my see like this is all about priorities and what your values are. Sometimes what happens is when the moment is right and you feel a reciprocal connection, you instantly are drawn to cold approaching. You have to find a perfect opportunity for a cold approach. You cannot do that mindlessly. Now, to level up this game, you have to be humorous. Like when you do enough cold approaching, you do enough outreaching, you have to be humorous in your own style. So that's an added component. But the framework, the foundational framework, is be respectful, kind, intentional, and have a call to action. Lastly, I want to add where to look for your future partner. Your future partner could be anywhere, but mainly your future partner, even if you even if you get a partner from your online dating app, like, it's not really inherently that bad. If you do get selected as a short guy, you have to make your priorities. Do you think you're gonna find your future wife in a club or a bar? If it's yes, good for you. But most guys do not want that. Most guys do not want that if they value uh, a stable life without alcohol. Okay, so my philosophy is you're going to attract who you are at the core. You're going to attract exactly who you are at the core. If you're a pervert at the core, you will attract a pervert girl. If you love alcohol, partying, clubbing, you are going to attract a person who does that and who enjoys that. Nothing's wrong with what priorities you have. For me, I do not value smoking, vaping, alcohol, partying, clubbing, going to bars off. Like, I go to the bar like once a year, but and it's not even with my girlfriend. But it's the fact that you are going to attract who you are. If you are a low quality man, you are going to attract a low quality girl. If you are approaching to a better version of yourself, into a moderate to high quality man, then you will attract someone who is the same. You will attract based on your level of manliness and personality. So, in conclusion, select the places you go to the most often. Recognize people who go there as much as you. And if you have an interest to go talk to them, do it. Life is too short. Experience it. Not in hedonic experiences, but actually meaningful experiences. I hope you liked this video. I hope this was a different perspective than what other influencers tell you. And thank you for watching this video. I will catch you in the next one. See ya.